Graduation, that's Gematria 56. So that's the script. It revolves around Brandy Cole. She is the star of the show tomorrow. The 76ers entered the series with 28 losses for the season against the Celtics. Brandy is Gematria 28. They're going to lose their 32nd game of the season against the Celtics as the Celtics lose the GOAT King LeBron as the Lakers win the championship 32 months later. The Atlanta Hawks are the last team to lose to the Celtics. 76ers and the choker James Harden are next. Harden, Gematria 32. I mean, team of scripted chokers. 76ers losing their 18th game on the road against the Celtics. Celtics chasing their 18th championship. 76ers finished the year 61 wins, 61 to 18th prime. The NBA Finals begins on June the 1st. Celtics 65th win against Philadelphia, entering with 64 wins in Game 7. Brandy, Gematria 64. It is Philadelphia that has Gematria 65. These guys are finished. These guys are cooked. The amount of time from Jayson Tatum's birthday to Mother's Day, end day included, 2 months, 12 days. What's 2 months, 12 days? That's the birthday of Bill Russell, February the 12th. He is going to be big time in this Game 7. Now, it is Mother's Day. That's Gematria 128. It's worth noting that Game 7, the amount of time from Joel Embiid's birthday, is a time span of 1 month and 28 days later. A 128 like Mother's Day. Now 8 weeks, 3 days. It's a collapse. Collapse is Gematria of 83. That's what's going to happen to the Philadelphia 76ers. Collapsed is, let's see, is Gematria 87. For Embiid, he follows the 4 and 6. The Sixers, Gematria of 46. I forgot to include the S. There it is. The Sixers, Gematria 46. 25 losses. Doesn't get win number 26 against the Celtics. It's all revolving around Bill Russell. 2 losses against the Hawks. 5 overall entering the conference finals for the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics are going to enter the conference finals with 30 wins. Their 31st loss going to actually happen against the Heat. The Celtics record this postseason is going to be 8-5. Boston, Gematria of 85. 4-2 and then 4-3. James Harden is a scripted choker. His 75th loss of his playoff career against Jayson Tatum. Tatum's Gematria 75. 15 series wins. His 14th loss on Mother's Day. Mom's Gematria 14. Mom's is Gematria 15. Mom's has Gematria 15. Joel has Gematria 15. The 76ers Celtics rivalry says everything about the Gematria Mother's Day. It's the Celtics are going to win for the 15th time on Mom's Days. Mom's is 15, Joel Embiid, Joel 15. 15th win against the 76ers all time in the postseason for the Celtics. The Celtics 66 win against the Sixers all time in the playoffs. Title 66. They're facing the Lakers in the NBA Finals. Lakers is Gematria 66. They are losing Game 7. Jayson Tatum 4-1 in Game 7. He can win 5 out of his last. He can go win 5 out of his last 6 Game 7s, entering Game 7 against the Lakers. Phil is 46. James Harden falls to. Joel Embiid falls to 4 and 6. Improves to 5-1. It is LeBron, Ramon James. That's Gematria 51. The amount of time from the All-Star game. Let's see. That was February the 19th to May the 14th. 84 days, 12 weeks after Jayson Tatum was MVP of the All-Star game. Tatum is Gematria 12, right? Jayson is Gematria 84. It's all scripted around Jayson Tatum. He is the star. He is the star of the All-Star game. James Harden finishes 85 wins after losing to the Celtics. Boston 85. Boston improves to 8-5 this postseason run. 35 days after the Game 7 win, they're going to face off against King James in their next Game 7. King James, Gematria 35. 1 month, 4 days later. 14th repeat GOAT King LeBron. So James Harden's a scripted choker on Mother's Day. His 14th series loss in 1 month, 4 days for the Celtics next Game 7. And this is Jayson Tatum. Jayson Tatum, his 51st playoff win, improved to 5-1 in Game 7s. This is his 87th playoff win. His 87th playoff win is going to be when the Sixers collapsed Gematria 87. The Eagles lost the Super Bowl on Bill Russell's birthday. 2 months and 12 days after Jayson Tatum's birthday, they lose. Philly loses again after the Eagles. 32nd loss for the Sixers. Chiefs, Gematria 32. They lose again. 3 months, 2 days after the Chiefs' Super Bowl victory. 13 weeks after going 1-3 in the Super Bowl. I can't make this stuff up. Can't make it up. Can't make it up. It's Philly nonsense ends today. It ends right now. It ends before season start, because that's not the script. These guys are scripted chokers. It's time to end this phony baloney nonsense right away. Pronto. 18 days later to reinforce it. 2 weeks, 4 days begin the NBA Finals. Joel Embiid his 24th loss in the playoffs, missing out on the chance to face off against Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, Gematria 24. These guys are losing. These guys are going down. These guys are locked to go down. You know, it's just, why are you picking these guys? Lakers and the Celtics, tiebreaker. Missoula, half Italian, half black. Kobe Bryant, born at Italia. Kobe Bryant, Kobe BEAN Bryant, the championship at BEANTOWN, tiebreaker. Celtics Lakers, tiebreaker. Game 7, 17 goodbye. Bill Russell death. Oh, Celtics won after Bill Russell's death. Wah, 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 wah. Number 6 wins after Bill Russell's death. This is the greatest NBA Finals ever in the history of the world. And nothing can stop it from not happening. The Celtics' 22nd loss against the conference at Boston. Boston 22. Now, these guys are cooked. These guys are cooked. They're officially here with 41 losses, 41 wins against the conference. The Celtics 41. Mom Gematria 41. These guys are cooked. They are cooked. They are done. Done. Just like that. Done. 7-4 record. The Celtics are facing off against the King. They get eliminated against the King. Celtics 30 losses entering the conference finals. They get eliminated by LeBron. LeBron is Gematria 30. And if I didn't say so, right, Celtics 42nd win of the season against Joel. A scripted choker. That's all he is. It's all shaming ritual. He is not the MVP. He's a fake. He's a crybaby who cried his way to MVP. It's a shaming ritual. Duh! The real MVP is playing the conference finals. That's the script. Real MVP. Real MVP 87. Real MVP is on to the conference finals. Fake MVP collapsed. End of. Fake is 14, 14th day. Joel Embiid is as fake as it gets. Fake MVP 74. Sixers finish 7-4. Their opponents 4-7 on Mother's Day. Celtics, their next series win after beating the Atlanta Hawks. These guys are cooked again. These guys are so cooked. So he did Jumanji of high school graduation, okay? You get the significance of Brandy, what it represents. It represents the amount of wins the Celtics had, the amount of losses the 76ers had entering the season. Let's see, Cole Barnes, Jumanji of 94. Well, he may get the win on Mother's Day, but the Lakers are going to improve to 9-4 overall against the Celtics. Cole Barnes, 94. Sixers, 94. Something going on there with Jayson Tatum and his mom. I'm sure they're going to talk more about it. She was pregnant with Tatum on, let's see, July the 4th. That's the 76ers record. 7-4 against their opponents. Okay, this is the ritual. His mom raised him, but his dad wasn't there, you know. Probably another deadbeat or whatever. His mom's with him. He wins on Mother's Day. On Father's Day, he loses. But that's what it is. A great representation of the model father, GOAT King LeBron James, and his involvement with Bronny makes it so obvious he's way on Father's Day. 4th of July, Independence, 76ers, where the Declaration was signed. 56 signees to the Declaration of Independence. Pregnant on the 4th of July with Jayson Tatum, the hyped-up star of the NBA. The hope and savior of GOAT King LeBron, he does. What is independence? Well, I want you to notice that he improves to 5-1 in Game 7s 51 days before July the 4th. Celtics win for the 15th time against the Sixers. They just come off the series against Atlanta. Atlanta, Jumanji 15. What else? What else? She had Jason on spring break. Spring break. Kansas City Chiefs play at Missouri. He was born at Missouri at St. Louis. Spring Jumanji 83, collapse Jumanji 83, 8 weeks, 3 days after Joel Embiid's birthday. He was just 8 or 9 years old. His family was suffered an eviction notice. Eviction 43. Obviously, when they win the series, they can win the series 4-3. She managed to make it work once again. They kept the house. Worked 2 jobs. She worked as a concierge at the mall and sales for Singular Wireless. Let's see. That's 52 days end date. Notice from May the 14th to July the 4th, Independence Day, the day that she was pregnant with Jason. Singular Wireless. Singular is Jumanji of 85. 8-5 record playoffs, Celtics. She has a law degree. Law is Jumanji 36. And overall, let's see. I think I need to go back to Jayson Tatum. Jayson Tatum remains at 36 losses in the postseason. Political science and communications. Communications is gematria of, guess what, beginning the NBA Finals on June the 1st. Political science is gematria of the 76ers falling to 7-4. He had a 3.5 GPA in high school. It's 35 days later is Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Okay, did I mention everything else? Yeah, we were good. These guys are cooked. Let's see how many days their playoff run ends. The first team to lose a playoff game, and now their run is about to come to a closure. The 76ers lost the first playoff game on May the 3rd. They get eliminated 11 days later. Bill Russell's the 11-time champion they're honoring this year. So 4 weeks and a day later, the Celtics 41. The King is winning the championship. The King 41. It's all coming to an end. Bill Russell, you can't ignore him. 41 weeks later, exactly 41 weeks. Celtics 41, Mom gematria 41 from the death of William Russell. Now, Bill Russell's birthday, I think I did it already. The amount of time from Bill Russell's birthday, May the 14th, 13 weeks, 13th playoff game for the Celtics, 13 seasons in the NBA, 3 months, 2 days later, the 76ers are suffering their 32nd loss of the year. It is over.